One of the things that ruined my relationship with my mother first was the Elf on the Shelf. And you're like, let me explain. As a child, I didn't know what the Elf on the Shelf was until there was this day in like 3rd grade where my teacher had an Elf on the Shelf come in. Her name was like Shelby or some shit, okay? Shelby or some shit, you know, fam, like, what do you know about that, fam? Shelby comes in, and this Elf on the Shelf is fucking crazy. Like, she's fishing in our sink, like in our bathroom sink with the goldfish, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this fucking thing's sick. So obviously I tell my mom when I come home, I'm like, yo, this Elf on the Shelf business is crazy, fam. That's exactly what I said also. She's like, no fucking way, like, give me the wazzles, like, I'm gonna go get you one. So my mommy, you know, like, as like a parent should, like, obviously the Elf on the Shelf, like, everybody need one of those, you know. I was saying like, oh my god, my friends all have one of these Elf on the Shelf. I went to my rich friend's house, and her elf, oh my god, her Elf on the Shelf, this fucking pissed me off. Her Elf on the Shelf was hanging from a string across from her living room. She had high ceilings, of course. From her living room to her bedroom on a fucking zip line. It was on a fucking hang glider. Are you fucking me? Are you fucking me? Anyway, so I am like, Mama, can I have Elf on the Shelf? Like, all my friends have Elf on the Shelf. I don't have Elf on the Shelf. Mama, why don't I? So, guess who comes along? Susie McSuserson, my fucking Elf on the Shelf. So this Elf on the Shelf is a lazy fucking fuck. My Elf on the Shelf did not move for like 10 days at a time. So, you know, Christmas isn't that long of a month. The month of December is only a month, right? So it's like 31 days or whatever. So you would assume that like the elf would move every day because it's supposed to be like this living animate object, right? Like it's supposed to be like every day, like that's what happens in other people's houses and at school. Like the elf moves every day because like it needs to get info and it wants to talk to you. So like other Elf on the Shelves are like leaving letters and type shit, you know. And my Elf on the Shelf was illiterate, I guess, and also like didn't move. Like I guess it was like paralyzed or some shit because my Elf on the Shelf would stay in the same spot for 6 days at a time. So everybody comes to school and they tell everybody what their Elf on the Shelf did. I said, oh yeah, mine like hasn't moved in a few days. And they look at me like I'm fucking schizophrenic. They're like, sure, like of course it's moved. Like yours doesn't move. So I'm, you know, the fucking, everybody's mocking me because I'm fucking, my elf is fucking illiterate and he's stupid and he clearly didn't go to elf school. So that's really embarrassing. So if this doesn't tell you a little bit about my mother, it's like she's not really in tune with like how to keep like a childhood whimsy up. You know, I knew Santa wasn't real because like she didn't try at all. Like I knew like she never, you know, kept any of the whimsy up like at like whatsoever. So I kind of played dumb to make her feel better, but so I knew she was the one moving, my elf. And I confronted her and I said, oh, like my elf hasn't moved in like a few days. And then what do you know, the next day the elf moves. You know how interesting this elf moved? It would move like 4 inches to the right. And that shit's fucking crazy. Like my elf didn't want to talk to me, I guess. I thought I was a fucking loser because I thought maybe my elf don't fuck with me. Like, fuck, like that's my fault. But then I just realized like, you don't have any motherly instinct, do you? You don't have any drive to make my life fun. And you don't listen to me because I told you all the fun stuff my elf was doing at school. No initiative. Like you could have like made my childhood fun. And I don't care if this is entitled. This leads to bigger signs in me and my mother's relationship because not only does she not listen or try to create fun in the Elf on the Shelf matter, but she doesn't do it at all. Ever in my life. She never listened. She never tried to do anything fun for me. Anyway, so my Elf on the Shelf doesn't move. And I asked her, like, oh, everybody's else's elf is moving and talking to them. Like, what, do you think, like, mine will? Like, I'm trying to send subliminal messaging, like, my elf still hasn't said anything. And she would see me like cry over it and like bawl my eyes out and be very upset. And like, no, I think, you know, for the 2 years I had that thing, it moved probably 3 times. And it's like, wow, it's like, oh, all I wanted was like to wake up in the morning and look for it. Like, it didn't have to have the note. It didn't have to have, you know, some extravagant little chore going on. I just wanted like some fucking fun. I wanted a parent to listen to me and to want to do things I'm interested in. But you know what she did do? She did watch TV every day. She watched TV every single day. It was the same show on repeat. She loved Star Wars. So that was good because I felt very loved. You know, I don't like Star Wars, so what are we gonna do? I'm also an only child, so it's just the fact that like I'm already segregated and alone because I don't have siblings. And you don't talk to me and you don't play with me and you don't try to stimulate me or make my life fun like other kids like I constantly complain about. So, if you don't understand why I have mommy issues today, it's because that just, you know, it wasn't just the elf on the shelf. It was school, it was my friends, it was everything. To this day, my mother does not know a thing about me. I've come to terms with that. But it's just funny that I tried. Like, even as a kid, I tried to plant the ideas in her head. Like, I was like, maybe if I tell her exactly what I want, I'll get it. I think that's why I over communicate my wants and my needs, because I'm scared that even the person that loves me is not going to give me the things I am asking for or saying that will make me feel better. So that's, you know, some mommy issue there. And like, it's just like, it boggles me because I also didn't have a dad around. I didn't have anybody around. And it would have been nice to have an elf on my shelf that moved and liked me.